Hey, I'm Rob Hatch, and this is Simple Decisions. Choice architecture. Choice architecture is a field in marketing and experience design where people are trying to shape the way that you experience something. They're trying to guide you to making a choice that they want you to make. This happens everywhere from, on our phones and apps to social media to it happens in stores and in what products are placed where and at what height, the flow of the store, everything that goes on, particularly in large stores where they have the resources to do this. They are employing choice architecture, choice design, experience design. They want to move you through the store in a certain way so that you will spend more time there and ultimately spend more money. Everything is like that. We face it all the time. Earlier in the episode 31, I talked about the drive behind writing my book Attention was to help you reclaim some of that time and some of that attention. And part of that is understanding that at every point we are facing someone else's choices. They are trying to get us to do certain things. People are trying to motivate us to make certain decisions that favor them and position it in a way that makes us think that it's good for us. Sometimes it is. That's fine. But it may not always be. Knowing that this is going on and thinking about how we face this every day, at the very least, we can start reclaiming this a little bit and think about how we want to set things up for ourselves. And I've talked about this a couple of different times in different episodes. Most recently, in the Days Prior episode, about putting success in your way and about trying to make the decisions and build habits and make them easier. This is all about figuring out what it is that we want and how to design our environment. Even if we don't have a ton of control over it, we can still shape the experience. When we walk into a room, what do we want to see? What do we want to experience? What do we want to feel? When we walk into our office, what do we want to have ready for ourselves? All of these environments that we step into, when we step into our car, is it, do you like stepping into kind of a messy car, or do you like stepping into a car where you have everything you need ready for you? And if you can tap into that feeling of that experience and think about, I have a choice here. I really can begin to shape small aspects of my environment. Certain things might be out of our control, but there are ways in which we can start to shape and design the choices we make. I have a phrase that I use: you are the architect of your system. And the key phrase in there, two key phrases, I like to break it apart. You are the architect, so you're the designer. Architect comes from the Greek word architectron, which means chief builder. You're the chief builder. You get to design. And then of your system is another part of this phrase. It is your system. Ultimately, you get to choose which system you build or which system works for you. We don't have to follow someone else's formula for success. We don't have to follow someone else's formula for time management or any of that. We get to build the things that work for us. We get to decide what success looks like. We get to decide what managing our time means and what it looks like and feels like and what that experience is like. So the goal here is to think about how often we face the choice architecture in our lives and how often people are designing the space for us. Our phones are a great example of that. And look for opportunities to craft the environment the way that you want it to be. When you go in there, is this what you want to see? Do you want to receive all of those notifications that tell you to pick up your phone? Do you want to see all of those red dots on your home screen? You could turn those things off, both of them. You get to choose what the experience is like, and you do have some controls over how to shape that experience. You are the architect of your system. You are the chief builder. You get to design in any experience that you enter, at least to some degree. So thinking about what you want it to look like becomes a core part of figuring out how to simplify, how to make decisions easier, how to take a little bit of time to set things up so that you can engage in the world on your terms. I'm Rob Hatch, and this is Simple Decisions.